Hi there and welcome back to Honey Bear Ventures. In this episode, we want to share with you an interesting situation we had with our Aqua-Hot system. Robert's going to take you through some of the things that he worked on to try to fix that, and then we will let you know what ended up being the final problem that we actually had with our Aqua-Hot. So come along and learn a little bit about Aqua-Hot.
Hello everybody. It's 30 degrees, the breeze is blowing, it's cloudy, and our Aquahot decided to stop working. And it's partially my fault. I knew that I needed to do some service on it. I don't know when the last time it was done. So I was going to look it up this last summer and kind of did, but didn't really get into it. And I was pretty busy knowing that I had to have knee surgery, trying to get other stuff taken care of. I was hoping and praying that I'd make it all winter long, and I noticed that the flame was starting to give us little problems last night, and then all of a sudden it just stopped working, and now it doesn't work at all. The electrical side works fine, but it's just the combustion chamber for the diesels is not working, and I believe it's the nozzle is plugged up, or the electrodes are just corroded up and stuff, because like I said, I don't know when it was done last. So today you're going to see me go ahead and do the service on it. I've never done it, but I've seen a lot of YouTube videos on this. So
that makes us an expert.
Yep, that makes us an expert. We have a 450D, and there's a lot of stuff out there that can teach you the maintenance, but it should be done once a year if you're living in it. Maybe twice a year. The tip needs to be changed out. And like I said, I don't know the last time it was changed out. And as you can see, I have pulled everything out already that was in the bay, because I got to pull some stuff on out of there to get it back there. But it's way back there. But you look at this filter, and it looks like it hasn't been changed in a long time. So I'm not going to worry about the filter today. I will worry about it probably in the spring. I don't think it's going to be a filter problem. I really think it's a maintenance problem with the igniter. So you can journey through this process with me, and we'll try to fix it together. So this is a 450D Aquahot system. And the igniter and stuff is on this side. Those two lines right there are the lines for the diesel. And I have to pinch off those lines, and I have stuff to pinch off the lines. So this is the tip right here. It's supposed to go into the 450D. And you can see it's brand new, and you just buy these. They're about $30. You can find them on Amazon, and I think that's where I bought it from. So this is what I got to replace, and those electrodes is what I got to fix. So this is going to be fun. This is not going to be easy. Not with a bad knee.
So this is the Aqua-Hot system, and it is actually coming on right now, which is part of what we've been dealing with, that it'll come on and then shut back off again. So Robert's going to shut it off so he can work on it.
And this is what I'm trying to get to. There's a screw right there, 7/16, and there's another one down over here. This thing slides out. I got to unplug these. I got to shut off the fuel on those lines right there. Just pinch them. And that's what I'm going to do right now. You'll get to watch me probably pull this module on out if Julie can go ahead and
I can get the camera in there with him in there.
Right.
That's a bit tricky.
That's going to be a little bit tricky, because you can see there's not a lot of room. And it's not a big unit. I just don't think that this was a very good design from Tiffin, because it's hard to get to work on. So, but it is what it is, and I need to fix it. So I will fix it and show you guys the journey. Pinched off the lines up here. So then the diesel has now been the flow has been stopped, and it shouldn't go anywhere anyway. So now I've got to remove this control box right here. Okay, now that the control box is out of the way, you can see the bolt down there. There's a bolt up here, and this thing swings. So that's what I have to get. That's what I have to take off. Now be careful, because these things can be hot. So you want to be careful with these things. Make sure they're not hot. But first, I need to disconnect these lines right here. The lines right here for the diesel. So they're pretty much self-explanatory. The one will be on one side and the other one will be on the other side. But I've seen people go ahead and mark one side, and so you always know to keep those things lined up. So it only goes one way. So tight, I can't get it undone. I got a serious problem. This is a serious problem. All I'm doing is rounding it. Oh, this is ridiculous. Something bigger than this. It's not a 10.
Okay, what is this? This is a 10 millimeter. Okay, so something that's not a 10.
Right, 11.
11. Okay,
11. Yep. Okay, as you see, we have gotten the lines taken off, and now we got to do these swing bolts. I call them swing bolts. You can see them. Once you loosen them on up, they'll pop one way and they'll pop down. So I'll do the one on the lower one first, and I'll do the one on the upper one. So. Oh yeah, pretty bad. Oh yeah, it was really, it should not be that black and built up. Okay, that was a 10 millimeter. Those two bolts are 10 millimeter. And you can see all the stuff inside. So there was a buildup in it. And I can't tell you how long it's been since this has been cleaned up. It's pretty bad. So we're going to clean this on up. I'm going to change out that tip, and hopefully I'll fix that problem. So stay tuned. So this is a swirler. This swirls the air, and then it burns into the chamber in there. But they say that if it has a lot of carbon and stuff built up, that means it's very, very inefficient in the way that it is working. And as you can see, there's been a buildup on it. It looks like it hasn't been done in years to me. So I don't know. This is the first time I'm doing this. So let's try to clean this up. Be careful on these things. They're like, from what I understand from somebody else, it costs about $200 to get one of these. So you don't want to scratch it up too much. You can probably use a Scotch-Brite pad. Anything like that will probably work really well on these. Okay, I've got a lot of the rust stuff done. This doesn't look too bad. I did get some brake clean. Kind of clean it up a little bit more. Should.
brake clean, it's just kind of running off.
Yeah. That does a pretty good job. Kind of sucks using this stuff when it's 30 degrees outside, because any of you guys or girls that mess with this, with the brake clean, knows that it's very cold. Yeah, this was pretty bad. Okay. This is what it looks like afterwards. This is the chamber where you heat up everything. It looks pretty clean again. Got everything wiped out. So I'm ready to put the swirler back in, and then we'll start cleaning that. And so those are the two igniters. And there's actually a tool on the side that will show you the height of what it's supposed to be at. So if you don't mess with them, then you don't have to worry about it too much. But it does have a thing on the side, and I'll show it to you. So okay, I've taken the old one on out.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm right way in there.
No, you're fine. So, and if you look at the tip, it's pretty bad. So I'm suspecting that this is my problem, but we will see. This is the new one. And it's a 5/8 wrench that you got to do. Snug it down good. Doesn't have to be super tight, but just snug down really good. And then that's what it should look like. There should be, unless somebody took it off, there should be a gauge on here, and I don't see it. This unit is 11, 12 years old, so it's probably gotten lost over the years, the gauge. So, but I didn't move them at all, so it should work. Okay, we're going back in, guys. Y'all. Okay, the bolts that are right here, and there's one at 2, and there's one at the 7 position down below, or 8 position, I should say, are like 10 foot-pounds of torque, so you don't torque them down really hard. Just snug it on up. As you can see, it doesn't move at all. So, and then it should just connect these lines right here, and you can see they just kind of line up. So it's pretty easy to figure out which one goes on which. So let me get these 2 lines on. I'll take these off, and then we'll see if it works. Hopefully we have success. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's all put back together again. I need to get in here and kind of clean this out just a little bit, but we'll see if this works. Hopefully it will work. We'll keep our fingers crossed and that it's not something else.
Hi there. Well, so far we do not have a resolution on the Aqua-Hot. We ended up getting a portable heater that kept us warm enough last night. We did turn it off, so we did not sleep with the portable heater on in the rig, but it kept it warm late enough that we kept it warm last night with just our little fireplace heater. Robert called Aqua-Hot and talked to a tech. The tech believed that the problem was a controller issue. So we were trying to find a controller that we could get in a couple of days. And basically that part would be about $1,000. There's nothing locally that we can go buy. So we're looking at having it shipped, and it would be about $1,000. Before we did that, we decided there is a local RV tech that deals specifically with Aqua-Hot. So we decided, let's go ahead and have him come out and take a look at it and see if he can diagnose the issue before we spend a bunch of money on a controller that might not fix it. So he did come out today. He said that within Aqua-Hot, there is a little screen that can get plugged up. So it could be that, or it could be a solenoid. So he actually took the Aqua-Hot with him, and he's going to check it out and see if either of those are the issue. If it is, it will be a fraction of the $1,000 to fix it that we were looking at paying. So we're waiting to hear back from him, but right now we're really hopeful that we don't have to buy a new controller, or there's other things that are even more expensive with Aqua-Hot. When it's working, it's a great system, but when it isn't working, it's so aggravating. And unfortunately, right now, it is 29 degrees outside. It's about, 4:30, and tonight it's expected to get down in the 20s again. So it's just so cold and miserable outside, and we're ready to get the Aqua-Hot fixed so we have good, strong hot water, and we have our in-floor heating again and get this place warmed back up. Anyway, we will have more to come, and we'll let you know what the final resolution is with this Aqua-Hot. See you soon.
Okay, what the Aqua-Hot specialist did is he went ahead and took it home. He did a leak check on it, and he cleaned the screen. There's a screen on the inlet fuel side. He says it gets neglected all the time, and he says he could clean it on up. So he cleaned that on up, and I had no gauge to make sure the electrodes were put in the right spot for ignition. And so he went ahead and took care of that too. And then he gave me one. He gave me a gauge. It's supposed to be on the side of the Aqua-Hot, but for some reason it was missing when we got this one.
Doesn't he look so good in this color? I just love him in this color. So in the end, what ended up being our problem with the Aqua-Hot system
is we ran low on diesel. So I was looking at the DEF and thinking that was our fuel level, and because it's on the same gauge. But right below, right on the other side of it, it shows the diesel level. And I looked at them going, oh shoot, we're out of diesel. So in the end, but it did need to be tuned up. So I'm kind of glad that he went ahead and kind of showed me what needed to be done and stuff. So now, from now on, I can do it myself. So
thanks for joining us this week, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.